have someone hold.
I think they'll have a mic. All right, you're on the phone. All right, Evan, you ready, sir? On ambient? He's gonna put on the PA. Okay, we're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention once again. I'd like to introduce Papa Marty, who's going to give a blessing over the bread. Now let's see. Papa Marty!
I take this opportunity for one moment to wish Robbie and Jessica the joy of watching grandchildren get married. And now the music. See left and me Lawrence. We give praise to God for bread. Our voices raising one accord. As our grateful prayer is said, for look at our Lord, Eloheinu melech olam. See left and me Lawrence.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first toast. Please join me in welcoming the parents of the groom, Mr. and Mrs. Jeff and Rebecca Brenner.
On my arm,
So I want to thank all of you for your very generous sharing this wonderful occasion.
Speak up!
Speak up,
Many of
Jeff.
us have traveled, many of you have traveled far, and we really appreciate you being here. We want to give a special shout out to Robbie's grandparents. Papa Marty.
Yeah,
He's
Papa Marty.
He's going to be turning 90 in a couple days. Robbie's other grandparents, Grandma Nettie and Uncle and Grandpa Leon, they're going to be celebrating their 60th anniversary in a couple of months. And also want to thank Jessica's parents, Bart and Kyle, enjoyed the fun brunches we've had bonding with WordView. And we're really friends. And we really look forward to sharing many of the occasions with them in the future. Thank you.
Yes, we've had so much fun getting to know you. We are so looking forward to many, many more special occasions sharing with you. So when Robbie graduated college, Jeff and I prepared a little toast to say for him at his graduation party. And he said afterwards, boy, this sounded a lot like the speech you gave at my bar mitzvah. So then he graduated with his master's degree a couple of years later, and again, we had a little graduation party for him. And we gave a little toast again, and again he said, are you sure you're not giving the same speech you gave at her? So I guess there really are only so many ways you can tell your son how much you love him and how proud you are of him, and it all starts sounding the same. But today is different. It's not about those type of accomplishments. It's about the two of you finding each other and falling in love and deciding to spend the rest of your life together. And your dad and I could not be more thrilled. We began to really get to know Jessica when we took our family trip to Colorado last summer, always an adventure. And you got to know us also on that trip. And they got engaged a week later maybe, and then the wedding planning began. And through the year we have gotten to know Jessica, and she's become such a part of our family. You even have your little ceramic cup with your name in our kitchen, along with all the rest of ours. So you're in our home and you're in our hearts already. Jessica and Robbie, we see how you look at each other with such love in your eyes. And we see how you treat each other with such respect. We see how you take care of each other and how much fun you have together. And we see how you share similar values and priorities, and you make your decisions and how you live your life based on those. So many people who know you well have said that you bring out the absolute best in each other, and we feel that is so true. That is so true. And what could a parent ask for? And you can't ask for any more than that, really. We look so forward to, you have so much to look forward to, and we look so forward to sharing all those, a lot of special moments with you. In closing, I just want to say that Jeff and I have been married for 32 years. Woo! And family who are here today, they're at our wedding day celebrating with us. And on that day, we never could have imagined this far into the future. And I have to say, it wasn't until fairly recently that I was able to look back and see how amazing it is to build a life together with someone you love, and how truly gratifying that is. So I know everyone in this room will join me as you begin to build your life together, in wishing you all the great things life has to offer. Lots of love, l'chaim and mazel tov.
For our next toast, let's give a warm round of applause for the parents of the bride, Mr. and Mrs. Bart and Kyle Willis.
So looking at this now, I realize that I should have made it much bigger fonts. Hi everyone, we are Bart and Kyle Willis, but more importantly, the father and mother of the bride. We would like to welcome and thank each and every one of you for coming and sharing our celebration today. Everyone looks so nice today, but one particular person is absolutely gorgeous today. She has a glow about her today, our beautiful daughter, Jessica Brenner. Jessica, we are very proud to be your parents every day, but especially today as you take your next step in life. You were an amazing child, learning to speak and articulate your feelings at such a young age, being my nurse when I was not feeling well and giving me a shot with your medical kit and telling me it doesn't hurt, Daddy. Going outside at night before you went to bed to say goodnight to the moon. Then growing up so fast, and the next thing we know, we were on an airplane going to New York, going to college. It was so hard for us to take you so far away to go to college. How could we protect you from harm so far away? How could I take you outside to say goodnight to the moon? As proud as we were of you, we could not have been happier when you graduated from college and it was time to come back to California. Although you were a grown woman who did not want to say goodnight to the moon at night before you went to bed, still our little girl was back. Now, as we are welcoming a new member of our family, Robbie, made a good impression on me from the start by taking me out to lunch and asking for permission to have Jessica's hand in marriage. Robbie is a kind, caring individual. His career choice shows that he is a very special person and has a good heart. But most important to us, Jessica's parents, is how much we love Jessica and how much she loves Jessica. How much she loves Jessica and how well he treats her. They are a great match and bring out the best in each other. Robbie has something else that we really like about him, something that cannot be taken lightly. Great parents. Kyle and I love Jeff and Rebecca, and I even more because they help me out, get me off the hook from playing Words with Friends with Kyle. So I would like to propose a toast. A toast to proud parents, merging families, to family both near and far, being here to share our celebration. To those who helped make today even more special with your personal touch, a special toast to family who could not be here in person, but I believe are here right now in spirit. Most of all, Mr. and Mrs. Robert Brennan. To many happy years of loving, honest, and caring marriage. May both of you be as happy throughout your marriage as you are today. We love you both very much. Cheers. Cheers.
Let's give a big round of applause to Robbie's parents and Jessica's parents once again. Now, please put your hands together for the sister of the bride, Melissa Willis.
So for the past 22 years, I've had the pleasure of having Jessica as my lovely older sister, and from playing Mario Kart with Ashley and Kevin, and showing me the green googly mask, and making my Eggos every morning for me, packing my lunches, and singing to me when we were parasailing, and I started to cry, and was in Hawaii, and I just had my eyes closed, and you just always made everything better, and I just want to say thank you for always being there and for having my back when Mom and Dad were mad at me. Twice. Just for everything you've always done for me and showing me right from wrong and setting such a great example for me. And I officially, Robbie, she's yours today. I hand over the torch. And I'm so happy to see that you guys are so in love. And I just can, Robbie, you seriously bring out the best in her. I've never seen her this happy. I'm so proud of both of you and happy for both of you. Wish you the best.
Next, I'd like to introduce Hannah Shaw and Jacqueline Beckworth.
Jessica, we're so honored that you invited us to give a speech on this very special day. You've heard from Jessica's sister about her childhood together with Jess, and you'll hear from Robbie about their post-college life together. But Hannah and I are here to tell you about the college years with Jessica.
So Jess and I were roommates freshman year, and Jackie was our suite mate. And together we went about building our DIY adult world. We helped each other where we could. Jessica made a sign for me on the door that said, "Bring your wallet," because I was forgetting places. And I made one for her as a person who comes from the Midwest that says, "Wear a jacket."
Jessica's sign was particularly important. It took Jess nearly all of the 4 years of college to fully grasp the New York winter. The first time Jessica saw snow was during a blizzard that blanketed New York in 4 feet of beautiful color. Jess was like a little kid at Disneyland, eyes wide, skipping through the snow until she found the perfect place to make a snow angel along the sidewalk. Her first winter jacket, not coat, was a short, cute, fashionable number. Then she progressed to a pea coat, and then finally, in the last year of college, she had a proper down-filled winter coat, which of course she should have had from the very start.
So Jess and I, as roommates, we would talk every night in the dark from what we called our parallel sleeping arrangement. And this ritual was actually great because it's made it really easy to maintain a close friendship, because talking on the phone is basically the same thing. So from this experience, I feel like I know Jess so well. Like when we're talking on the phone and there's this pause between when I ask a question when she answers, I know she's on the internet also. But I get to call her out and she always laughs and visits right away. But then there are things that remain mysterious still with Jessica, like towel time. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but Jessica needs an hour by herself alone after a shower. Towel time. It's important. But that's what's remarkable about Jessica. She's able to form the closest relationships possible, but still maintain this really deep internal world. And I think it's what makes her such a good writer and such a great friend and a perfect partner for you. And towel time is not just about grooming, it's about the importance she places on cultivating her thoughts and thinking about others.
In college, we found that not all of our classes were as satisfying as we thought they would be. Take Hebrew. Imagine being in a small, windowless room at 8 a.m., which for us was an ungodly hour, with a bunch of 18-year-old boys who, for the first time, had complete control of their shower schedule. We termed this environment goofy, which is a modification of the Hebrew word goof for body.
You should use it. It really fits in a lot of situations. But this is just one example of how we really use humor and language as a means of kind of controlling our new lives. And it was like sometimes we felt like we were given an old musty house to live in, and then we renovated it with laughter. So every unpleasant situation or disappointment turned into a prize anecdote we could tell each other. And we developed a motto as a result, and do it for the stories. This is, I think, the thing that Jack, Jess, and I prize most from our time in college, and I've noticed it's something that you would share too, which is really wonderful because there'll be not so humorous moments ahead in your life, but if you can look at it with laughter and kind of reappropriate it that way, you'll do well.
Robbie, you're also a lucky man to be with a woman with a cat-like ability to land on her feet. I recall whenever Jess would return to California, it was like flinging herself out of a window. She would book these crazy 5 a.m. flights, and she would have this duffel bag that was body size that was impossible for her to move. Hannah and I would help her get onto the bus, but we'd watch her and wonder, how is she going to get off the bus and onto a plane? Of course, there was always a stranger that was more than happy to help Jessica. She could even get past security and onto a plane without an identification card. She didn't have one of these until junior year. Jessica's charm is no match for TSA.
Robbie, through Jessica, we have learned all about your life together, and we've had pleasure taking part of it, even though we're 3,000 miles away. And we can truly say that you are a perfect match for her. And what we love is that you complement each other, but you also push each other's horizons. Like when we found out that Jess was excited to go camping with you, we realized that we had a future. So we just want to say that both wish you all the happiness in the world.
And we love you both so much.
And raise your glass to Jess and Robbie.
For our final pair of toasts, let's welcome Stanley Shapiro and Jamie Cohen.
Everyone, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Stan. I've had the pleasure of knowing Robbie. I've had the pleasure of knowing Rob for the last 13 years, and growing up as kids into adulthood together. I'm very excited that he asked me to be his best friend. I know there's a number of people he could have asked, and I'm extremely honored that he chose me. At first, I figured this position just means that I have to stand next to him at the wedding, give a speech, make sure Jamie stays sober enough to get there. I realized it actually means something else. And thinking of how to approach this speech, I figured out that this was also my opportunity to speak to both Rob and Jessica. Jessica, I'd like to tell you from the standpoint of his friends who this guy that you just married is. What have we learned about him in the last decade that maybe you overlooked and still agree with us? This is the Rob that I know. He's absolutely beautiful, and I didn't need over a decade of experience in this. This is evident from his unadulterated bluntness, which, if you can believe, has actually gotten quite better over the years. His propensity to rank and rate everything from Bob Dylan songs to even his favorite people, and most recently, his absolutely unnecessary use of crude text to update everyone on stock prices, not so current news, in his daily schedule. But even more noticeable than his goofiness is his loyalty. Rob is one of the most fiercely loyal people that I've ever met. Rob, you always get mad at me for using hyperbole, but that really is one of the most accurate things I've ever said. And this one is really special and unique. Rob is an incredible friend. I don't just mean that I'm close to him and consider him my best friend. I'm referring to the general concept of being friends. Whatever that term means, Rob embodies it beyond anything I thought possible. It isn't often Rob refers to someone as a friend, then forgets about them and grows apart from them. If Rob ever made a friend, chances are they're sitting here right now, or have a really good excuse for why they're not here. He doesn't use that word loosely, and once he uses it to describe you, you're hooked for life. When our entire group of friends from high school first went off to college, we all committed to keeping in touch. For most of us, that meant staying up to date on major life events, calling each other on birthdays, the occasional visit, and always getting together on holidays. For Rob, somehow meant almost daily phone calls, which I still get to this day. Staying as up to date as when we all lived within a 15-mile radius, and knowing exactly what was going on in our lives. Somehow it didn't matter that I lived 700 miles away. Rob always wanted to know exactly how I was doing, who I was seeing, and what changes he may have missed out on since the last time we talked, probably just 2 days prior. One of our best friends moved half the world and many time zones away. For years, Rob spoke to him every Sunday. And to this day, I get my updates on the life of Aton from Rob. There's no agenda. There's no expectations in return. It's completely genuine. Rob just knows how to be a friend, and I'm not entirely certain he knows how to not be. You're also getting a pretty good traffic partner. He gets anxious at times, but if you put him in this place, he'll behave. And recently it struck me how that genuine, loyal, goofy kid that I once knew has become the extremely impressive man who we now all know. I'm so proud of you, Rob. I'm so proud of the man you've become. It's been an utter pleasure watching you grow from the awkward, inappropriate teenager that left home and out to Sacramento to become the educated, intelligent, successful person that stands here today. I'm so proud and impressed with your accomplishments. One of these accomplishments happened early on when you pinpointed your